To find the greatest common factor, we are still going to be using our factor trees that we did in prime factorization. That's going to help us get it down to an exponential form, and then we can use that to determine the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor is going to be the largest factor that two or more numbers share. So we could list them all out, but sometimes that can get lengthy, especially when you get into high numbers. So this is a quick way to do that. So we're going to find the GCF of, we're going to still use 120 and 36. So again, I'll make my factor tree for 120. That's my first step, is to make your factor tree. I'm going to use 12 and 10 again, and then 3 and 4. This is prime, and then 2 and 2. So those are now both prime. 10 can be split into 5 times 2, which is all prime. So to write that in my exponential form, I'm going to count up my 2's, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 2 to the third power times 3 times 5. Then I'm going to find my exponential form for 36. That's going to be 6 times 6. Split that into 3 times 2 and 3 times 2, which is all prime. So when I write that out, it will be 2 to the third power times, nope, that's not right. See, even teachers make mistakes. 2 to the second power times 3 to the second power. So that will be my factor tree for that. So the second step is we are going to write down only the factors that have numbers in common. Okay, so what that means is, because I only have a 5 in the 120 factor tree and not in the 36, I'm not going to use the 5 at all. Okay, so I'm only going to write down the ones they have in common, and then when I use those, I'm only going to use the smallest exponential form or smallest form of that number. So my second step, I'm going to look at all the factors. So I have the 5, I'm not going to use that. So I'm going to use a 2 and a 3. So I've got 2 to the second power, 2 to the third power, 3, and 3 to the second power. So I have both of those in each. I have a 3 and a 2 in each factor tree. So I'm going to be using 2 to the second power because it's the smallest, and then just 3 because it's the smallest. So my third step is going to be to multiply those out. 2 to the second power times 3. 2 to the second power is 4, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 is going to be our greatest common factor of 120 and 36.